Just like people, fish and wildlife need homes so they can thrive. They need healthy habitats where they can eat, rest, grow, and raise their young. Healthy habitats also help humans. They protect coastal communities from storms, filter pollution from water, and support thriving tourism and fishing industries. But all of these habitats are at risk due to climate change.
Louisiana's wetlands are the foundation of the ecosystem for the northern Gulf of Mexico. They support fisheries such as blue crab, white shrimp, and brown shrimp. Those fisheries are valued at $1 billion annually. Louisiana has lost over 1,800 square miles of wetlands in the last 100 years. That's the size of the state of Delaware. Those changes reduce the amount of habitat and homes that the fish have to live in. And as we lose them, we lose the seafood that supports the rich and diverse culture of Louisiana. Those wetlands also provide a storm surge buffer. Without Louisiana's wetlands, we lose the ability of those wetlands to reduce storm surge and protect our communities.
Climate change is accelerating the rate of coastal and marine habitat loss, not just in Louisiana, but across the country. Coral reefs, like those in the Southeast and the Pacific Islands, are home to almost a quarter of all ocean species, including many commercially important fish and endangered species. But they are at risk due to warming oceans and pollution.
One of the main threats to coral reefs is coral bleaching. As the ocean warms, they become sick because of it, and they turn white. Another stressor is increased acidification of the ocean. In severe cases, it can kill the coral. They'll be more susceptible to other stressors. Corals can naturally recover, but it's a slow recovery process. It's going to be a race against time.
On the West Coast, climate change is causing warming temperatures and low stream flows. Climate change researchers project increasing drought frequency and additional warming in coming decades. As a result, native salmon species are in dire straits.
Chinook, especially on the Klamath River, have some really tough challenges. They're blocked by Klamath dams that block over 420 miles of habitat. And then those dams, they also block the natural river flow and create conditions where disease is prevalent. The Chinook on the Klamath River are one of two populations that essentially drive the entire California commercial, recreational, and tribal fishery.
NOAA Fisheries has a long-standing history of working with local, state, tribal, and federal partners to protect and restore coastal and marine habitat. These efforts are increasingly important in the face of climate change.
We've restored barrier islands by pumping sediment from offshore and building beaches, dunes, and marsh. NOAA has built over 11,000 acres of wetlands and barrier islands that have restored fish and shrimp and supported the food web of the northern Gulf of Mexico.
Coral restoration is speeding up natural recovery process. We've output back thousands of corals on the reefs, and we provide technical assistance to organizations to actually design and implement projects in coral restoration. We also directly operate coral restoration projects and coral nurseries to grow coral and plant them on the reefs.
Since 2001, we've invested over $4 million into habitat restoration projects on the Klamath, removing these 4 main stem dams on the Klamath River. They're going to open up 420 miles of habitat for these fish and allow for a more natural stream flow process and improve the water quality and increase habitat for these fish.
We need to protect them and restore what has been damaged. To address this challenge, our scientists are continuing to strengthen our understanding of climate change's effects on marine habitats. And with our partners, we have supported thousands of projects that have restored habitat and improved the resilience of coastal communities across the country.